Teaming is great when you've got great employees that are willing to show up with ideas and solutions. But what if you have a really good employee that brings forward a bad idea? Today, I'm going to explore some skills with you on how to meet that employee without crushing their soul and still vet some great ideas that will help you navigate with your team and land at the destination that you're wanting, which is success. So you're in a meeting and you're looking at productivity isn't hitting the mark, or perhaps your sales are deficits level, and you're saying, what can we do, team? Bring forward some ideas and some solutions for us to move closer to that goal. People start offering ideas, and you are having somebody scribe them either on the board, or if you're doing it in a Zoom room or Teams, you've got it being scribed. And you look at all of those ideas, and all of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, one of your top performers comes up with a really bad idea. So now what? Bring all those ideas forward and ask the team to vet them. Let's choose the top 5. And that way, perhaps that idea will not make it, right? And you can look at the top 5 and move on from there. Oops. The bad idea made the top 5. Now what? You bring each leader up and have them pitch their idea. What's great about their idea? What's the measure of success? How attached are they to it? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how would they rate the idea? When the top performer is up in front and is pitching their idea, they start with that 1 to 10. How would they rate their idea? What if that good employee gives you a 5, and all of a sudden as a leader you realize, hey, I was anticipating some negativity. I was anticipating anxiety on my part and their part, and in your mind you had created this whole scenario that may or may not exist. What's useful in this moment as a leader is to realize, I'm making assumptions. I'm making assumptions that my employees are here when they might be way over here. So what do I want to activate? I want to activate my curiosity and be open in that curiosity without judgment, really looking at what did that employee understand that they put forward this idea. They may not know what's going on behind the scenes, and so their idea sounds good to them. I'm not looking at that employee for right now. I'm thinking of the long tail of working for our company. So this is an opportunity to get curious, go below the level, and see what that employee knows and what information would be helpful to make that bad idea perhaps a better idea as time goes on. Curiosity is a key skill to bring to each and every meeting to help elevate your team and their knowing about the company and about what is going to make a better idea come to the surface. The third thing to think about as a leader with this great group of employees and this specific employee that you're really looking at their bad idea is this is an opportunity to appreciate your team. You have the ideas, you've prioritized them, each one has pitched their idea and given it a value and a predictability of success. So how would you like to recognize and appreciate them? In that moment, giving them a verbal recognition of thank you. Thanks for being willing to show your leadership, stand up in front of the team, pitch your idea, and for the rest of you, listening and collaborating. We've done this together. We've narrowed it down to 2 ideas. That's what we're going to go for. And perhaps in the coming days, when you see that good employee with the bad idea, you can check in with them and say, hey, I really appreciated how you showed up at the meeting the other day. What were your takeaways? And see what comes from that employee about what they got from pitching their idea. Maybe it didn't make it, maybe it did, I'm thinking it didn't. but you learn from the employee what they got so that you can continue to learn, mentor, and teach that employee about how to be better. Before I go into my story, I want to give you a reminder, leaders. There's 3 skills that you can learn from this today, and that's collaboration, curiosity, and recognition. So it's Christmas Eve, and we're all at my niece's house. It's a giant house, and everyone has brought different foods and wines and champagne. And we are subject once again to my sister, who I love dearly, who has a beautiful voice, plays the piano, and loves music. She has this idea every year that we are going to be doing a sing-along. And every year, our family has a variety of participation. And mostly she's disappointed because the ideas are anything from taking the singing out to the neighborhood to singing in the living room, and none of it works. So this year we got curious behind the scenes with our nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews. What would they like and what would support Aunt Ruthie? And what we did was we got some karaoke with microphones and different songs that each age group really liked. And they didn't really care about how they sounded because it's professional music in the background. And so we got to do our contribution and participation. She was laughing and singing along, and then she had her moment to play without the karaoke, play and sing and perform and feel really seen by the rest of the family. We did the collaboration behind the scenes to really understand. We got curious from everybody that was participating. How would they like to participate? And we recognized our auntie and gave her some joy and extra zest for Christmas. We created a win-win. I hope you use these 3 skills to create a win-win for you.